on KBLA Talk 1580.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You ready?
Somebody make some noise in this joint.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates its 4th anniversary this year on Juneteenth.
Here we go again.
Hard to believe 4 years has gone by so fast.
Oh my God.
But here we are, still standing, still loving and serving our people as best we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
To celebrate our 4th anniversary, we have 4 big events, and you're invited to all of them.
She got a lot to say. Let's do this.
Let's get it on.
On Wednesday, June 18th, we go live on C-SPAN for the 2nd consecutive year with our Climate Justice plus Black Health Symposium. Tavis Smiley will moderate an all-star panel of thinkers and influencers as we continue our vitally important climate justice work.
Hey, Tavis Smiley, talk about.
On Thursday, June 19th, you're invited to join us as we celebrate Juneteenth and our 4th anniversary. There will be plenty of food, fun, great music, good vibes, and all of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts will be there.
Yeah, man.
Flip the beat. On Saturday, June 21st, there are 2 big events you're invited to attend.
I can't wait to hear it.
This year, KBLA Talk 1580 continues its annual partnership with the Empowerment Congress for a community celebration and dialogue to educate, engage, and empower. This year's theme is resilience in the face of chaos.
Can't wait to see what's up next.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
And new this year is our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium, moderated by Dominique DiPrima, with a luncheon to follow. Dominique will be leading a dialogue with some of the most impactful Black women leaders in Los Angeles, and you're invited to join.
This is it.
All of these events are free, but seating is limited, so you must register in advance at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can find all the details you need about each event.
Check it out.
It's our 4th anniversary, and we would love to celebrate it with you.
I love you guys so much. There's nothing you can do about it.
We're KBLA Talk 1580.
The only black talk radio station west of the Mississippi.
Thank you for having our black.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
We love you.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not 2 and 7. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DiPrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in to First Things First with the Queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DiPrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning. Yep. God bless. I'm Dominique DiPrima. Testing my voice. Check 1, 2. The show is called First Things First. And my very first thing today and every day, giving thanks, giving praises, and asking for blessings from God. Asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders. And let's go. So this is how we do things on a Talking Point Tuesday. Hour 1, we look local, and today that local look is you, me, Miles, the ancestors, the angels, the elders, whoever gets on the line. Love to hear from you, 800-920-1580. Hour 2, we go national, international, and beyond. And in the third hour, we do a deep dive with a person or topic that is essential. And I'm excited today. We'll get to meet Dr. Leo Moore, someone I have not had a chance to meet before, with a laser focus on men's health, black men's health in particular. We want you to feel good, know better so you can do better, so you can feel better. So that's what we got going on today. Lots of phone time if you want to get in. where you fit in. It's 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. And if you want to see, talk, get in the comments section and all that good things, other than my Instagram comment section, which is insane right now. But, I'm always happy to have a robust conversation. You can get in on the YouTube at KBLA 1580. That's our regular address everywhere on all social media. And I encourage you to subscribe or follow or like and definitely comment. So we're everywhere at KBLA 1580, including YouTube, where we're streaming live right now. Not all the way better. So just give me some extra love today, some extra grace as I bounce back from whatever that was. You know what I think happened, Miles? I don't usually go out to clubs. So I went to a club on, I think it was Friday. Was it Friday or Saturday? Yeah, it was Friday. And I think I might have caught some cooties in there.
You went to party? You working?
I was hanging out, I guess.
Okay.
I wasn't drinking or anything like that. But, yeah, so I think I got some cooties. I don't know. I'm blame it on the club.
Blame the club, man.
I'm not going to name names because that would be mean, but.
Yeah. Watch we rubbing elbows with out here, everybody. Everybody's
especially
healthy.
With these measles. Now we have a measles outbreak in LA, and it's actually kind of spotted around the country. I guess it's breaking out in various places, Colorado and a couple other places. I didn't know you could die from measles. You can actually die from measles, which is crazy.
Yeah, wear your mask, wear your sanitizer,
Right.
Stay away.
Right, don't kiss on strangers.
Don't kiss on strangers.
Unless
Please
you
don't.
can't.
No, don't kiss on strangers right now. Please.
Unless you can't help it.
The strangers alone, leader. Yeah, stay on your P's and Q's, everybody.
Yeah, if you find yourself with a rash on your head, neck, check in, go to a doctor right away because it's really actually pretty dangerous. And of course, now a lot of people are not vaccinated because the anti-vax movement has had a huge resurgence in this country for, I'd say, the past 20 years or so. So we're going to see how that goes, especially with the current administration giving a lot of mixed signals around stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyway, I got the cooties, but I'm here anyway because I love you guys. And also because I always feel like if I don't feel good, there's levels to it, right? If I really can't get out the bed, then I'll see y'all tomorrow or the day after. Anyway, it's the perfect time to call me, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. I'm celebrating. Oh, I think I should put this jacket back on right now. I'm celebrating today, a little celebration, a little consternation mixed. You can only see it if you're watching YouTube. You can hear it wrestling. See what I got on, Miles? Yeah.
What you got?
I got
behind your computer. I can't see it.
Oh, let me put that down.
Baraka, okay, Team Baraka.
Team
yeah.
Baraka. Yeah, this is from when my brother first ran for mayor in 2014. And we all got our Team Baraka hats and jackets for door knocking and fundraising and stuff. Yesterday, a judge dismissed the charges against Mayor Ras Baraka.
Sir.
Which, that's what we thought was going to happen, but you never know, especially in today's environment of 12 kinds of crazy. So that's good news for Mayor Baraka, our family, and the people of Newark, because he's in the middle of a campaign running for governor. And also, nobody wants to be taken into custody by immigration and customs enforcement, especially when they're a U.S. citizen who's the mayor of their own town. I posted yesterday, maybe I'll post it again in my stories today, him talking at a fundraiser about how they treated him while he was in custody and tried to make him do 2 mugshots just to humiliate him. He said they were kind, but also going out of their way to humiliate him, which is a weird combination. And the very, I think, problematic thing with this particular situation is now they're charging Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, charging her with assault from that same incident. And it's crazy because the prosecutor, the U.S. Attorney Alina Habba, she dropped the charges against my brother Ras Baraka, but she decided to press charges against Congresswoman MacIver, which makes no sense. Assaulting, impeding, or interfering with law enforcement. You can see it. It's all on tape. A congresswoman barely bumping an ICE official as protesters and concerned citizens are jostling everywhere under pressure from ICE is really over the top. And it's a federal criminal prosecution of a sitting member of Congress for basically bumping into an ICE agent. And what I hate about this is that the message it's sending, even though they dropped the charges against my brother, the mayor, that in itself was shots fired, Don't do your job as an elected official if it crosses the Trump agenda. My brother, my sibling, the mayor of the city of Newark, was not protesting. He said it on the show. If you missed it, go listen to the podcast. He said it on Tavis's show, too. He was not protesting. He was there doing his job as the mayor of Newark, New Jersey. What is that job? Well, there are congresspersons in town to inspect an ICE facility, right, which is operating illegally. It's in violation of city and state ordinances for how private prisons can function. They need certain permits. They have to pass certain regulatory bars. And that particular facility was not in compliance. The mayor had repeatedly cited them for that. But the day that he was arrested, he went to greet members of Congress who were there doing their job as congresspersons and overseeing that federal prison and looking at the conditions, even though it's a private prison, it's under federal contract, looking to see the conditions of the prisoners. They were meant to hold a press conference at the facility afterwards. ICE officials, he walked inside the gate. ICE officials asked him to walk out. He complied. He left, went outside the gate, even though he's the mayor and he's well within his rights to go in there. He listened to ICE officials, went out. And then they made the call to arrest him anyway, and we heard from the mayor. It's weird calling your brother the mayor, but anyway, I'm trying to follow protocol here. We heard from the mayor that they received their order from the top supervisor on the scene, meaning he received his order from someone above that. So we know it's coming from the White House, right? And that sends a strong message. Do not cross the Trump agenda, even if this prison is in compliance, is in violation of your local standards, state standards. Even to do your job as an elected and welcoming Congress members to your city, which is what any mayor does. That's what they do. If you're a mayor and a president or a congressperson comes to your city, you greet them, you meet them. Seen it time and time again. So the message there, even though they dropped the charges, is clear. And I think my personal opinion, and yes, I admit I'm speculating, but my personal opinion is that they saw that they were giving the mayor millions of dollars in free publicity and decided to stop the train because they realized it was probably helping him in his re-election bid rather than hurting him. Congresswoman MacIver is not running for election, so they'll just take it out on her. And I'm not really sure what can be done about it. I mean, people are protesting, and they'll continue to protest. I saw a soon-to-be speaker, I hope, Democratic minority leader, I should say, Hakeem Jeffries, condemning this on social media. But other than saying this is bad, I'm not sure what Dems can do about it, since Republicans control everything now, the judicial, the executive, and the legislative branch. They control all three branches of government. Those three branches that your current president probably could not name, those. They control all three of those. So other than taking the case to the people, hoping for re-election, for a midterm election success. That's not going to help MacIver if they make her do jail time. We are in the era of strong-arm authoritarian politics. For bumping an armed, fully vested, bulletproof vested ICE cop, a petite member of Congress, is facing federal charges. 800-920-1580. I don't even have to unpack that talking point. They're saying, a petite member of Congress assaulted a federal officer. Let's go to the tape. There's no talking point to debunk. Let's go to the tape. The tail of the tape. 800-920-1580 if you want to weigh in. That said, I'm super happy that my sibling is not going to be having to go to trial and possibly do 30 days and a fine over some ridiculous trumped-up charge. Attorney Areva Martin was right. She said they would dismiss it. At this time, it wasn't the judge that did it. Actually, it was the U.S. attorney who was like, maybe I don't have a case after all. Or maybe we're giving him too much earned media on CNN. 800-920-1580. That's the number if you got something you want to talk about. If not, I got stuff I want to talk about. And that's what we do around here. This is the space where you can come and conversate, fellowship, complain, uplift. All of that is on the table on a Talking Point Tuesday. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIGER to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TIGER to 321-321. That's TIGER to 321-321.
We've got a lot to talk about. I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from Nitsa and the Ad Council.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station,
and your favorite morning show host.
Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Let's get back to me. Let's get back to you. 800-920-1580. Hey, are you coming to the State of Black Women in LA? I hope so. I can't believe it's going to be 4 years, Miles. We've been doing this 4 years. And we are still doing our thing. That is such a blessing, and it's really thanks to you. If it wasn't for the hood grapevine and black folks telling and progressives telling each other about this, we would be, well, we wouldn't still be here. I'll tell you that. So I appreciate you, and I thank you for rolling with us. Now let's go up even more. In year 5, year 4 or 5.
That's something you just realized, Dominic. This definitely is the people station. People funded, people topics, people's staff, people's events, like,
yeah,
I mean, right here in the hood of Lamert Park, like, we're not taking we hardly get the super big sponsorship dollars to come through here. So, I mean, like, this really is the people station for the people, funded by the people. So this is your station. So congratulations to the people.
It doesn't get more grassroots than this.
At all.
Yeah, that's true, especially in today's corporate environment. And that's why I was saying thank you, because it is literally folks like Dwight from Compton, telling everybody. And then everybody telling everybody else, and people getting the app and putting it on their phone and watching us on YouTube and following us on socials. That gives us momentum.
We got to have some sort of like listeners appreciation something.
Well, maybe the Juneteenth party is that.
Right, yeah.
That's in Kenneth Hahn Park.
Yeah.
Whoops, I don't know if I was supposed to say that. But yeah, the benefits of listening to me when I'm sick. We got a big party coming up. But yeah, it would be nice. Maybe we should do something small, like a meet and greet. Is that what you're talking about? Like a little happy hour kind of thing? Or
let's put our minds together and make something happen.
Some smoothies.
Some smoothies, a little
a smoothie party.
a little meet up, a little get together, a little kicking spot. I mean, really come together in fellowship one time, just as KBLA fam.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a great point, because without you, we wouldn't be here at all. Corporate America keeps telling us we don't exist, we're not relevant, we're not important, and you all just keep showing up. It's like, really? Okay, that's what you said, and that's not what we said. And yeah, I can't believe it's been 4 years. I know most businesses, I found out on Wealth Building Wednesday, that most businesses fail in the first year. And then if they make it 1 year, the next big milestone is 2 years, and then after that it's 5. So we're in a critical juncture again right now. But I can feel the momentum. More and more people are on YouTube. More and more people are on socials, are writing to us and emailing us and all that. So I can feel the momentum. So thank you for all you're doing to keep us alive and keep our own viable, unbossed, unbothered media outlet going. Oh, we got Paul on the phone. Good morning, Paul. Hi, Paul. What's going on? Happy Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Good morning. Good morning, Dominique.
Good morning.
I like the idea that you and Miles said. I actually obviously have met a couple of people from the delegation in the chat personally through obviously the conversation that you've been having on the network and the station. I just want to give a big salute to everybody. I think that's a great idea, what you guys are saying about like a meet and greet or a meetup.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it. We're going to work on that. We used to have these business mixers, but maybe something not so businessy. And then, like I said, we have we have a great Juneteenth party, so come to that. We got food and hanging out and all that. And I'll even be there this year because we're not going to Africa until after Juneteenth this year.
You said food, so I'll definitely do the Tupac cousin from Poetic Justice anytime. No, but So just wanted to talk about the topic that you were discussing. And I think one thing that why they like this dude is because he's great at distracting for the Stephen Millers and the Steve Bannons. We're not even talking about our sitting president executive is taking gifts from foreign countries right now. There's actually the Constitution itself has in there that you can't do that. So we're not even talking about that anymore. So our country is up for sale for the wealthy. Also, we're not even talking about in the bill that just essentially came out the committee right now is cuts to Medicare, to Medicaid, to a bunch of social programs, and there's actually in the bill basically 10 years there could be no regulation through government for our AI, artificial intelligence. So we're not talking about the things that are going to have a direct impact on everyday working people's lives because they're masking it behind, to me, in my opinion, and a direct attack on black and brown people, predominantly black, but also my sisters, black women. We had literally a jobs report that spiked in black unemployment, and we're acting like, and the media acts like that stuff isn't happening. And of that, 108,000 black women are now unemployed.
You know what? Okay,
this
so
is
let
why
me
networks
stop
like
you
this
there
matter.
for 1 second, because there's so many different things that you said. All of those are true. I agree with all of those. And they're still flooding the zone, so it's hard to talk about everything. Fortunately, that bill hasn't passed yet, but I think it will. But there's a talking point that DEI only benefits white women, and then lo and behold, who lost the most jobs last month? Y'all need to stop believing all this stuff you hear on social media. Most of social media is a lie. Trust and verify. I'm going to say it. I told you so. Those layoffs at the Department of Education, those DEI corporate workers, most of them were black women. Now, I'm sure a lot of white women also FAFO'd, and we're sad to find out that they too are DEI. But the fact of the matter is that's without even counting corporate sponsorship dollars, DEI government subsidies for small and medium-sized businesses, training support, contract opportunities, all of these things that y'all are not factoring in, and you just want to throw up your hands and say, oh, well, we don't care about DEI anyway. It's just for white people. That's a BS talking point. Sorry, Paul. Had to get that in there.
No, I appreciate it because, for the last 2-3 years, I've been pretty much calling into the show, Dominique. They wrote it out in Project 2025 for people. So when this is happening in real time, people are like, I directly said remember we had a conversation, I said they're going to give these people reparations. So what did they do to these white Afrikaners? What did they do to these Jan 6 people?
Did you see?
When you talk.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your point.
No, I literally in there, they prioritize humanitarian relief for these people under the United States refugee admissions. They're going to give these white farmers land. We're going to pay for their housing. We're going to pay for their subsidies. So when they say that they're not going to do things in one of the states that's actually going to take these people in is California, people, for those that don't know.
Yeah, well, it's a good point. Did you see where the Grok, which is Elon Musk's AI feature on Twitter, said, it appears I've been programmed to talk about white genocide in South Africa. And then a couple hours later, it was unprogrammed and it wasn't saying that anymore. I'm laughing to keep from crying. Paul, you got some great points worth exploring if you want to stay with me through news, traffic, and sports. If not, I definitely understand. We all got jobs and places to be. It is time for news, traffic, and sports, though. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is running for Georgia governor in 2026. She's pledging to expand Medicaid, support workers, and take on corporate landlords.
My grandmama taught me no matter how hard they swing, you never stay down. You fight back. That's why I'm running for governor. Because Georgia families deserve far better than what Donald Trump and Republicans are giving us.
Lance Bottoms made it official Monday. A fourth inmate is back in custody after Louisiana's biggest jailbreak. Gary Price, wanted for attempted murder, was found in an abandoned house after escaping the Orleans Parish Jail with 9 others last Friday. And doctors say skip the snooze button. A new study finds the moments just before waking up are key for deep REM sleep, and hitting snooze disrupts that. Experts suggest setting your alarm later and getting up right away. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Southern California Edison reminds you that downed wires are dangerous. Never approach or touch a downed wire or anything in contact with it. Stay away and call 911. Learn more at sce.com/stay safe.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Angels are still playing well. After sweeping the Dodgers over the weekend, they started a 7-game road trip Monday night with a 4-3 win at Oakland. 4 straight win for the Angels and their manager, Ron Washington. The Dodgers have lost 4 straight. They lost 9-5 at home Monday night to Arizona. The Dodgers were down 7-0 after 3 innings. The Western Conference Finals tip off tonight in the NBA playoffs. Minnesota at Oklahoma City in Game 1 of the best-of-7. 2 years ago, Minnesota and OKC played each other in the play-in tournament. Both teams are now one step away from playing for the NBA championship. 5:30 tip-off tonight on ESPN. Detroit Lions general manager Brad Holmes gave the commencement speech Saturday at the graduation ceremonies for HBCU North Carolina A&T. Holmes was a defensive back at A&T and graduated from the school in 1999. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Johns Hopkins University has found that just mild hearing loss doubles your risk of dementia, so hearing loss isn't something to ignore.
But hearing aids are so expensive and ugly.
Not anymore. Meet Audien Hearing. You can get nearly invisible hearing aids without a prescription starting at $98 a pair, and they're ready to use right out of the box. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, and with over 1 million customers, Audien is easy to trust. Visit audienhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Did y'all feel it? They're reporting we had a quake this morning. Okay, so they're saying it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, so I would have been up, but I would not have been paying any attention to nothing shaking. But they're saying it was a 3.8, centered out south of Bakersfield. That's kind of far, but it's still could rock Southern California. I didn't feel anything. It's, It's not a big earthquake, but that always gives me pause because, well, I'm a California girl, and where there's one, there's more. That's been my experience, especially when you get the small ones, because many times they could be indicators of, like a foreshock type energy. So for that reason, I'm always going, does the earthquake kit together? Yes, because now I have a whole go bag because of the fires. The earthquake kit has evolved into this. I could probably live for a month what I have in that bag now. I went from a little earthquake bag that you could put on your shoulder to a rolling bag with everything I need that I could throw in the car and flee. You're not supposed to flee in an earthquake, by the way. You're supposed to get under a big piece of furniture. If there's no big piece of furniture to go under, you're meant to cover your head and neck with a pillow, or your hands, if that's all you got, hands and arms. And ride it out. If you're in your bed, you don't go get up and start running. You cover yourself with pillows and cover your arm, cover your neck and head, which is obviously the center of your consciousness, with your arms to protect it from falling debris and objects. If you have a piece of furniture, a sturdy piece like this desk I'm sitting at, could duck under. I wonder if this mic would duck under the desk with me. Anyway, that's what you're meant to do. And then you're not supposed to run outside because of down power lines and falling debris. You're supposed to stay in, make sure that if it's a big one, you turn off your gas so you don't get gas leaks and fires, and turn on your radio, your AM radio, and find out what's happening. Don't panic. Yeah. So anyway, I guess we had one. I did not feel it at all. Did y'all? You were asleep. Tell the truth. So we're supposed to be having a heat wave starting today, which also tracks, because many times when we start having earthquakes, something I call earthquake weather, when it's real hot, but it's kind of overcast. That's earthquake weather to me, and I've been in many of them. Unusually high temperatures are expected. We're talking about triple digits in the valley. Again, 90s. The rest of the week. So drink your water, hydrate up. And remember, there are cooling centers. And if you're trying to figure out where there's one near you, you can call 311. And they can tell you where you can go chill. Libraries are always good because they also have books. They have air conditioning and books and computers. But there are some official cooling centers with water and such. So call 311 if you're looking for that. We're talking about 90s in LA proper, triple digits in the valley. They're saying 103 degrees in Woodland Hills. Yeah.
Are you tracking all this weather that's been going on, Dominique?
You mean like the tornadoes?
Tornadoes, the dust storm in Chicago.
Yeah. I don't want to be an alarmist because there's a side of me that knows that it's climate emergency related. But then I don't want to be an alarmist when we've always had extreme weather. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're okay. Sure, you're right.
But because it's weird because the way they report it, excuse me, in the news, in like the weather channels and stuff, sometimes they'll say it's climate emergency related and other times they deny it. So I don't know if that's because they're trying to sort out what really is from what really isn't, or if some of the reporters are in denial.
I got you. Okay. I don't know. I think it's important to pay attention to the weather. You know what I mean? And the times of years that we're getting these types of things. So, you know, like you said before, this may start being our new normal to start having these type of things going on in these places.
I mean, I believe it is. When I moved to LA, I never needed air conditioning. I live in what they call South LA. I never needed air conditioning. You just didn't need it. There weren't days that were hot enough for that. Now there are more than a handful of days. There's several weeks every summer where I wish I had air. And so it's already different than it was when I first got here. And we have more days, we have more people actually dying from heat, which is underreported because a lot of times people think they died from whatever else was wrong with them. You have to hydrate. You've got to drink water. And, it's not just water. Like you can eat watermelon. That's a really good way to hydrate because it also has minerals. You can eat cucumbers. Cucumbers are a great way to hydrate. Watermelon. Fruits and vegetables that contain a lot of water, like lettuce, things that are juicy, like tomatoes. Eat those and get hydrated, because you can actually die. I mean, you can get heat. There's like 4 different kind of heat diseases. So, and Wednesday, they said Wednesday, Thursday are the 2 hottest. I mean, so what do we do about it is the question. You know, we can try to make changes to our consumer habits, so that we don't make the climate emergency worse, but we still got to deal with where we are right now. And I think it means, you know, you're going to have to, if you can afford it. I'm putting my pennies together to get air conditioning. I don't have air in my house, only in my office. I have one of those portable window ones. But when it gets that hot, it can be dangerous, especially, you know, as you get to be chronologically gifted. You got to stay cool. Let's go to Willie calling us from Palmdale. And by the way, Paul, thank you for calling. Hi, Willie.
Good morning, Dominique. I'm glad you're getting over the cooties. I was calling because I found a new word, statecraft.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And I didn't know they had to do with the government and people running the world and stuff.
Yeah.
And they even have a statecraft game.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and I was just surprised to see that, and I said maybe
statecraft, the meaningful management of state affairs, statesmanship, something that our current president knows exactly zero about. He knows gamesmanship and showmanship, but he does not know statesmanship.
Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of stuff that exists to educate, because like before, you just told me to keep hanging in there because I know nothing about politics and stuff, but I just know that just to go vote and stuff. Like that young man, Red Man, broke down the 3 executive branches.
Yeah,
I think that's his name.
Oh, Yellow Pain. You're talking about Yellow Pain.
Yeah.
My vote counts or something. My vote don't count. I can't remember the name of the song, but it's a great song. Yellow Pain, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I want to shine in on.
Okay, well.
And I'm glad your brother. They he didn't have to miss 30 days going to court and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, it's what all the attorneys said was going to happen, but I didn't believe it till I saw it. You know. Take nothing for granted.
Like you said, you never know what's going to go on in the courtroom under the administration that we have. So, and yeah. I hope that lady. I hope they don't just use her as a scapegoat to say that they had to get somebody.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, I think they're sending messages. I think that's what they're doing. They're sending messages. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the call. Willie, glad to hear your voice.
Thank you, Dominique, for taking it.
Yeah, Willie called 800-920-1580. So did Paul. You can do the same. We've hardly talked about this. This tells you how busy we've been. That bombing of a fertility clinic, that is next level. Why do I say that? Because it's the radicalization of these young white people just bombing things and shooting up people. This is America. I mean, and I'm not giving you doom and gloom. This is what the FBI has been telling us literally for decades. It's not that they started saying it during the Trump administration, the first one. They started saying it at least 10 years before that. The number one threat to our national security is domestic terror. And I guarantee you they would name it if it was black people, but they don't because it's not. This guy, Guy Edward Bartkus, is a 25-year-old who's been radicalized by who knows what and decided to bomb American reproductive centers. This is a fertility clinic. I mean, for a long time, people have been shooting at doctors and attacking people at abortion clinics. This isn't even an abortion clinic. This is a fertility clinic where people go because they want to have more babies, which is what y'all conservatives say you want us to do. He's the suspect in the detonation of this huge bomb, which broke windows in houses miles away. They're trying to find out what, there's an investigation going on, but his own dad said he's been interested in bombs and explosives. It's like a hobby. And that's the other thing. There is no black parent in the world, maybe there is, none that I've ever heard of, that will just be fine with you having an interest in bombs and explosives and building things in their garage. What are you doing out there? No, we're not doing that in this house. One person was killed. It appears to be him. They don't know whether he tried to kill himself. And there were so many explosives that his remains were, well, to quote the LA Times, shredded. It's America, white America, needs to figure out why its youth are being radicalized to where they feel they can come to Black Lives Matter protests and just fire on people, why they feel they can go to clinics and try to explode doctors and patients, why they feel they can. Yeah, I'm generalizing because the FBI is generalizing. Domestic terror, that's what it falls under. Where they think they can walk into Tops Supermarket and open fire, or go into Mother Emanuel Church and mow down parishioners. That's the radicalization of domestic terrorists in this country. You want to give cops 100% immunity and free January 6th protesters who are those radicals, who are those radicalized domestic terrorists. That's exactly who they are. And you want to let them out, pardon them, while criminalizing regular everyday protesters, whether it's Black Lives Matter or some kind of a women's group, youth group, LGBTQ plus organization. What is actually happening? This is America. The pushback is not allowing the normalization of this, not allowing it to become just another day, another bombing by another young white person who has been radicalized, probably online. More than likely it's online. But I don't know. They haven't reported on that. LA County might be willing to pay off your medical bills. I'll tell you about that when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is an intervention. When we come forward, includes you. KBLA Talk 1580, turning pain into power.
Imagine every pregnant person in LA County having the support they deserve. A doula on every block. Doulas provide emotional, physical, and informational support during pregnancy, through labor, and beyond. Medi-Cal now covers doula care. That means you can get the support you need or train to support families in your community. The LA County Medi-Cal Doula Hub is here to help. Learn more and get started today at ladoulahub.com.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least least liked to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at quinemanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Find a righteous rage and don't be afraid to say what you see. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
800-920-1580. That's the number if you want to say something. Lots of room for you today. 800-920-1580. Or hop in the chat, hop on the socials and say a thing. Forensic Accountant says Home Depot is saying it doesn't plan to raise prices because of Trump's tariffs, breaking with Walmart and other retailers who will pass costs related to the trade war onto consumers. I think, that's a great kind of marketing idea. We'll see if they're still saying that in 6 months if the tariffs remain in place and those prices keep creeping up. I do think that it's interesting that during the campaign, Trump said tariffs would be paid by China and the other countries, and now he's kind of like, suck it up, Walmart. So, his story is ever changing. So LA County has something called the Medical Debt Relief Program. And they're going to be offering $183 million in debt relief. So you could get a notification that says undo. It's supposed to be in bold blue lettering. And it's going to tell you that your medical debt has been taken care of by the county. This is not part of a partnership between a county and something called the Undo Medical Debt. That's an organization, Undo Medical Debt. They wanted to provide financial relief for some Angelenos. What they're doing is purchasing that debt and then getting rid of it. It was funded by the LA County Board of Supervisors, initially at $5 million, and then LA Healthcare and LA County Medical Association all kicked in. Over time, they want to get rid of about $500 million in medical debt. It's aimed at low-income people. They're looking for additional contributions. They want, foundations and other people, hospitals, to kick in. So what this effectively could mean, if it's successful and it's starting out strong, is that millions of people, Angelenos, would be free of medical debt. This is a big deal, and I think it was one of my arguments why Obamacare was a financial boon to people, because one of the major factors, at the time, I'm not sure because I haven't seen recent data, but at the time, it was the leading cause of bankruptcy among American families was medical debt, right? That hospital bill, and then they add interest and penalties, and it just balloons. And our supervisor for the 2nd District says a lot of people are one medical bill away from a catastrophe, and that is exactly right. This is one of the things that makes people unhoused. So this is a great program by the county, the kinds of things we need more of, because if I'm not burdened with this debt, maybe I don't have to get unhoused. Saving people from homelessness on the other end of the spectrum before they get saddled with debt that ends up spiraling into I can't pay my rent, etc., is really, really where we need to be, I think. So you have to live in LA County. You have to earn less than 400% of the federal poverty level, or you have a medical bill that's 5% or more of your annual household income. And it has to be a bill from a hospital or a clinic that is part of this debt relief program. That bill has to be past due, and you're not on a payment plan for that bill. And I guess you don't apply. They kind of choose you and pay the debt off, and you'll just get a notice. But if you get a notice, don't throw it away, I guess. And they're saying if you did get a notice and you threw it away, you can reach out to them online. And it's online. What's the address? undomedicaldebt.org. undomedicaldebt.org. If you're drowning in debt and you haven't been contacted by them, you can go to the Department of Public Health and try to get help, but you won't get help for this program unless they choose you. Still, I think that's the kind of program we need to see more of here in Southern California. The Temecula School District had enacted a ban on critical race theory, which is hilarious because critical race theory is not taught in elementary school or high school. But an appeals court has now issued an injunction ordering to stop their ban on critical race theory. Why are we wasting taxpayer dollars arguing about whether or not you can teach something that isn't even taught at that level? That's where we are. This is America. The court says the district's policy is unconstitutionally vague and creating terror among teachers. The district says it's going to fight back. They want to ban something that no one teaches anyway. Temecula School District now being ordered, though, by a court to set aside that ban on critical race theory after a group of parents and teachers and students took it to court. Miles, what did you say about the Palm Springs bombing guy? He said he was what?
What's it? Anti-procreation, pro-death vegan?
Wow.
People are saying that, like, I was reading up on it a little bit. So they're saying that.
What even is that?
It's bad to be born.
It's bad to be born.
Right.
Only eats plants, but pro-death.
Right, meaning, so that's why he blew up he doesn't want people to get pregnant. That's the thing. Right. He wanted to stop life.
So he's mad at his mama.
Exactly, yeah.
But he's eating to live. Because, plant-based diets do foster life.
Weird terrorism, Dominique. It don't make sense anymore.
Weird terrorism is hilarious, Miles. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Weird, twisted terrorism. Somebody needs a hug or something.
Man.
Mental health is real. Radicalization and mis and disinformation is real. But you wonder, who's raising these folks? Who's raising you? Who hurt you? Where's your mama? 800-920-1580. Next hour, phone lines are wide open on a Talking Point Tuesday. Right now, it's news, traffic, and sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms is running for Georgia governor in 2026. She's pledging to expand Medicaid, support workers, and take on corporate landlords.
My grandmama taught me no matter how hard they swing, you never stay down. You fight back. That's why I'm running for governor. Because Georgia families deserve far better than what Donald Trump and Republicans are giving us.
Lance Bottoms made it official Monday. A fourth inmate is back in custody after Louisiana's biggest jailbreak. Gary Price, wanted for attempted murder, was found in an abandoned house after escaping the Orleans Parish Jail with 9 others last Friday. And doctors say skip the snooze button. A new study finds the moments just before waking up are key for deep REM sleep, and hitting snooze disrupts that. Experts suggest setting your alarm later and getting up right away. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Southern California Edison reminds you that downed wires are dangerous. Never approach or touch a downed wire or anything in contact with it. Stay away and call 911. Learn more at sce.com/stay